Hello, everybody! Welcome to tonight's episode of DoGsCast. We are on episode 56. As always, we're going to be taking a few moments to send out our links, let people know that we are live, and spread the word. We do have a couple of announcements that we made today that we will be talking about during our pre-show, but just give us a moment so we can make sure that Twitter and the Discord are all informed that we are live.
Plus, we have to talk about Elementals Incarnate.
Yes, there's a couple of things we need to talk about.
Starting next week.
Yes.
I'm not ready. Also, I'm sick. Hi, everybody.
Is it next week?
It's in a week, yeah.
Yeah, the 2nd.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Not ready.
I'm ready.
Alright. Twitter, do you want me to do the Chaos Crypt announcement?
Yeah.
Because we don't have that bot anymore.
We don't have Patrick anymore.
No more Patrick.
And I haven't updated, the birthing rhombus.
That's
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the birthing rhombus.
Sam's birthing rhombus?
That's
Why
okay.
are we giving birth to a rhombus?
No,
I don't remember why.
we don't give birth to it. It's Sam's birthing rhombus.
Wait, so it gives birth to us?
Yes. No.
Oh,
Wait.
It gives birth to the ideas that Sam comes up with.
where's Sam at?
Right next to me.
Oh!
Damn.
Sam, how's the birthing rhombus?
Sam's has the birthing rhombus.
Grotesque, thank you. Fully
Sam,
confident.
you want to talk about Elementals Incarnate?
I don't know if Sam can hear us.
What did Lynn ask? I couldn't hear.
Elementals Incarnate.
We can't talk about it, but spoilers. Wait,
No, we can talk.
am I allowed to
It's-
spoil?
it's
okay,
next
the
week.
ending is we fight via combo.
Holy shit.
So yeah, Elementals Incarnate starts next week. Sam is in it, Jer is in it, Lynn is DMing it, Scott is in it, and Jen is in it. Y'all should watch it. It's February 2nd, right?
Yeah, 2/2/2022.
What time are you starting?
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like DoGsCast.
Holy shit, dude.
And it's gonna run every other week because I don't know what I'm doing and I need time to make maps.
That's super fair. Oh, did I do... Yes, I did. Yeah, definitely check that out. It's DoGsCast Monday, unless it isn't. It sure is.
Well, we should mention Elementals Incarnate again in a few minutes when people get here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other place we need to put this?
That's the rhombus I'm about to birth.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are we getting Lynn's birthing rhombus?
That's my birth noise.
Yeah.
I just vomit and then oops, look, it's everywhere. It's a
Hi, Nick.
Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Neko Nick, my beloved.
How are you? We're just, waiting for people to filter in, and then we have some stuff we gotta talk about. A couple of things.
Holy crap, Lois.
Guys, for joining us. Holy moly.
Okay, so I'm gonna fucking peel my little layer back. How the fuck do you upload a map to Roll20? Do you just add it as an image on the map
Yes.
layer? Okay. Thank you.
Nick's cleaning. That's good.
It is simple and neat.
Because I'm gonna be fully transparent. I'm gonna be playing around with uploading the fucking map for Elementals before we start.
That's okay. Got a couple of things we gotta discuss first. I want to give a few more minutes for people to filter in if they need to. I did the notification in Chaos Script. Yes, I did. Is there any place else we need to put this? Here's typing something. Oh, the snowball fight?
Yeah.
Did the snowball bot leave? Is
Yeah.
it no longer a thing?
It's gone.
Oh.
It was only on for some.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Bring them back.
We need to make our own snowball bot.
We
Let's
should.
get coding.
Should. Any place else? Do we want to get into it?
Ooh. All right. To cover some of the announcements that have come up. It's out of my face.
No.
Well, the Kavian Cycle sourcebook is on track for July, containing not roughly, but over 30 subclasses,
Woo!
as well as an original new class called Spellgunner. This book will not contain Paladin, Warlock, or Cleric subclasses, as those have their own book. There will be a number of original spells. That number is not determined at this moment. Second, no, well, not second, but other books that were unlocked will be released when their respective seasons, bless you, wrap up. So the Welcome to Candoris guide will be releasing after season 2.
Yeah.
And that's just a hint of what season 2 holds for us. Second.
Andress, I hardly knew this.
Me too.
Second, the Grim Hunter Civil War mini-campaign is now slated to take place after Season 2. More information will come when we approach that date. It bridges the continuity.
You'll see.
You'll see. Third, we have decided to change our multiplayer bundle to a Pokemon bundle instead. It is a digital copy of Pokemon Legends Arceus, and a digital copy of either Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. It is the choice of the person who wins. This will be running until Monday?
Should be. I will
And
double check that.
Whoever wins will probably get their copy before we do, because there is a shipping delay.
There is.
There's a
I
shipping
haven't
delay.
even gotten my email yet.
We got it from the
Yeah,
Pokemon company.
Sunday the 30th.
Saying that it's delayed from the 30th to the 4th.
I haven't gotten a single email.
Where did you order from?
The Pokemon Center.
Oops.
Actually, you might have gotten one on the 19th, but probably got sent to spam. I know mine did.
Mm.
And finally, that's it. Finally, we'd like to thank everyone for their support in DoGsCast and let you know to expect our mids. I just bit my teeth.
Are you okay?
How did you bite your teeth?
I don't know.
Do you want me to announce this?
No. To expect our mid-season finale on February 28th. We'll be taking the month of March off to prepare for when we come back to the second half of our story.
That's wild. That's wild. I thought your Twitch tag said presidential campaign.
It is. Cav is running for president.
Shut up! Anyway.
My name is Genevieve Eversole and I'm running for president.
Anyway, yeah. So some cool stuff in the works. But the main thing is we are going to be wrapping up this part of DoGsCast on February 28th. We're going to be doing our mid-season finale. So absolutely be on the lookout for that. It should be very fun. We will be taking March off to do prep work for the second half of the show. That's our midway point. Actually, it's probably a little bit over our midway point. Because of like our introductory arcs and stuff. But be on the lookout for that. We'll talk more. Well, obviously, we're gonna hype all this stuff up as it, gets closer. But yeah, save the date, February 28th.
And we will now discuss again that next week on Wednesday, February 2nd, that's Groundhog's Day for all you noodly nuts who like the weather.
Is that an American thing only?
Yes.
You could have just said that.
And also two.
Two.
So many twos.
We will be over on Sleepy the Sheepy's channel. Our lovely Lynn will be DMing Elementals Incarnate, a brand new D&D podcast with players including Baritone Blur, Arlen Darlin, Sam, Jer.
Sam doesn't have a funny name.
No,
Sam has Meme of the Deep.
you're Jerbear776.
I'm Jerbear776. Sam is Meme of the Deep.
Sam, what's your funny internet celebrity name?
Or it was Meme of the Deep. I think- Yeah.
It's my Twitter handle.
So true.
That is a private Twitter, Samuel.
Oh, and Scott's in chat right now.
Holy
Right.
shit, the blurriest of baritones is in chat. What's your wisdom?
Oh my goodness. Almost all the players are here.
Holy
Fuck, let me
crap.
The elusive Jen
right
is somewhere.
now.
So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to look forward to, both Kavian Cycle related and otherwise. So be on the lookout for all those funny little projects that are coming your way. And with that, do we want to get into our introductions because it is past 10 now? Jer.
Hi. My name is Jer. And I am the DM of DoGsCast. And this is my story of how I became Iron Man. I just finished all 3 Iron Man movies. Bye.
Hello. My name is Jasper. I use he, him pronouns. Tonight I'm going to be playing Baird Stormcaller, Jack Montague, and possibly somebody else. Thank you for joining me for Baird's Weapon Arc. I hope you enjoyed it so far, and I'm excited that it's the finale of the arc tonight. Thank you.
I'm no funny man. I'm using voice mod because my voice hurts and I can't be funny.
That is entirely unintelligible.
We cannot understand.
I can understand.
You don't get to hear. I know people can. There we go. I'm internet funny man, and I'm using voice mod because I'm fucking sick and don't have energy. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Genevieve. She swallowed sand.
Again.
Again.
Well, my name is Lucio. I use he, they pronouns, and I'll be playing Pudding Vance. He's made out of pudding this time around.
Yeah.
Is that only an aesthetic difference, or
No, he's entirely made out of pudding.
What
Like,
flavor?
he needs a pudding cup. Chocolate.
does this affect Van's gameplay? Or
No.
Is
Is
Van...
he at least a chocolate pudding cup with like the line of vanilla in the middle?
Yes.
Ideal.
My mom is making little pudding cup robots for our class as
Ooh.
Valentine's gifts. They have like a little pudding cup as a head. They have like a gummy, a bag of gummies as a body. Or no, they have a juice box as a body. And they have like pretzel sticks as hands or something like that. I don't know.
Alright, sport. Bring it on in. Look, you did real good today at the soccer game. I'm real proud of you. I'm gonna sit you down right on the corner. I'm gonna buy you a sody pop. I'm gonna tell you that while things may not be as good as they could possibly be right now, just know that I notice the effort that you're putting in, and quite frankly, I'm proud of you. My name is Tyler. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I'm going to be playing Wood.
Was it your intention to make me cry?
Lynn, are you okay to do a recap or no?
So, it's gonna be a different level of feral. It's gonna be the quiet feral. It's gonna be the cool, calculated feral. It's gonna be so fucking last time on Dragon Ball Z. we were in the middle of the red veins, which is a continent, and there's crystals and they look like red veins, and it's like, holy shit, someone's really bad at naming things. And or really good at naming things. And so we're riding on Big Bubbo Squirmy the Third. If you shorten his name, you're a bastard. I say, knowing damn well I shortened it at least one last time. And we were riding, and we were like, yeah, life is good. And then there was a boat, and they were like, yar har fiddly dee, but we're not actually pirates. We're on a sand skiff, and it's like, that wasn't the line. I just had to burp. And it was like, okay, I guess you're fighting now, because they fucking... they kidnapped Jeremiah Pogret, who apparently has a thing for getting kidnapped. Like, that man has probably developed a fetish by now. Like, I didn't want to say it, but, like, you can't... you can't deny it. And so we fought them. Or at least that's what Jared thought we were gonna do. We all just systematically threw them off of their own boat, and then we wrecked their boat. and then and then and then and then we I'm sorry, I'm really like looking at the fucking promo art, and when you look at it you can kind of see Barrett's butt. But-
Holy shit! Holy shit!
You can also see the, what is it, the creation of Adam?
Yes, it is the creation of Adam.
But we in his nipples?
In his
Yeah.
scars. And his nipples,
Holy
technically, yeah.
shit, his nipples. And so we go and camp, and we see in the distance, we see a big ass tower, and we're like, what's that tower? And Big Bubbo Squirmy the Third is like, there's a grand demon in there. Which is like, imagine if Satan was real, but there was like multiple Satans.
Like 15 Satans.
Like 15 Satans, and there's one just right around the bend living in that abandoned Denny's.
There's a Satan for each member of BTS.
And so everyone went to bed, except for Baird and Jack. They stayed up all night doing late night Bible study.
Yep. Bible study.
After a mental breakdown, might I add.
You know, BDSM, Bible study, and something or other. I forget the acronym. Hey,
God's green earth!
Len, I'm gonna get real close to the mic when I say this because I know what joke you're talking about and I want to back up your claim. But if my search history gets fucked up because I'm putting, and I quote, BDSM Bible study into my Google search, I'm going to reach in through Discord and with naught but my hands scatter all of the goods on your desk to your floor.
Oh, it's Bible discussion study meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
If you
There's
reach
gonna need
through
a
my
new roker?
did you want to reach through my Discord anyway? You can have a French fry. Oh wait, I'm sick. It might get you sick.
Don't worry, I'm sick too. We can be
Oh.
sick buddies.
Well, here, you can have a French fry.
Thank you. I'm reaching in through Discord right now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
taking the French fry.
Or they're Burger King, so they're better than like the average.
Oh fuck yeah! I fucking love Burger King.
I love Burger King too.
Their nuggets are
When the
shit now, but
fries
their fries are
Are
supreme.
fresh. Like the moment you get them out of the window,
Okay.
you can't let them cool at all.
These are kind of cold, but they're still good.
Yeah, we're gonna need a new roker.
Al Roker?
Roker's broken. We need a new roker.
Alright. We've been live for 20 minutes. Are we good to start session?
Yes.
Take the promo art down. And start the music. Oh, that's the wrong screen, Jer.
Keep those bared titties up the whole time.
I wish. Okay, that art slaps. I'm sorry. It slaps. Anyway.
Nobody saw anything.
Nope. No.
I saw a male presenting nipples.
Yes, you saw Baird, you saw nothing else.
Can you start the music again?
Bared presenting nipples!
Thank God! Anyway.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay. It is now morning. The suns have dawned over Velstrana once again. As our party begins to wake, the first one out of the tent is Baird.
Baird makes sure to wake up, before everyone else. He makes sure he's probably awake, probably even before the suns actually rise. He runs out of the tent. Jack is still asleep. He runs out, kind of in a bit of a panic as he realizes what happened. He rushes out of the tent and kind of just stands in the middle of the camp for a second. No one else is awake. It's very still. It's very quiet. The reds and oranges of the dawn are starting to come up. And as he notices that not only was the fire never put out, it's probably just a bit of a flickering flame at this point, he looks off into the distance and sees the tower. The looming...
A different tower. There's 2 towers.
There's 2. He notices one of them and just kind of stares at it for a moment. Holds himself as, you know, the cold of the desert night kind of starts to dissipate. As he's staring at the tower, he starts to hear something behind him. A very familiar, discordant song. He can just faintly hear the beats of that melody behind him. He quickly turns around, and there's nothing there. But his ears ring for a moment with that very heavy, discordant song that he's heard before, and he recognizes it immediately. He knows he's being watched, but the person watching him he cannot see. He looks around at all the tents, sees nothing moving, settles for a moment. He goes to the fire, probably waves his hand over it just to make sure it completely goes out. And he sits on the ground in a crisscross applesauce and waits for everyone else to wake up. Just alone, a moment to breathe, bit of a relief. Just a moment of peace before everyone else starts to wake up. Jack probably... Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't know you were still narrating. Keep going.
Jack probably wakes up semi-early too, and probably just stands by the tent to start doing morning stretches, but Baird kind of stays where he is. I'm good now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't want to
That's
talk
alright.
over you again. Jem wakes up coughing. I cannot recreate this at the moment as I'm coughing enough, but she's coughing. Yeah, it's real pathetic sounding, like her. And she checks her tent, and she realizes there was a hole in it, and she goes,
Oh, that's why I woke up with my throat filled with sand. I think I'm gonna be a little off today, but it'll be okay.
just sits across from Baird.
Did you sleep well?
Baird's probably in a almost meditative state, not super cognizant of everything going on around him, and when Jem sits across from him and talks to him, he kind of lurches up. His eyes kind of go wide for a minute, and like You can tell he's trying his absolute hardest not to smile when he understands what you ask him. Yeah, I slept fine. Did you?
I slept the way I normally do. Did you have a good dream?
I don't remember it.
Oh, it must have been a good one. You look so
Probably.
bright this morning.
Yeah.
I wish I could have that confidence. Especially knowing that we're about to meet a grand demon.
I made
I
that
forgot
promise and I'm
about
gonna
that.
keep it. I'm gonna keep everyone out of harm's way as much as I can, I promise.
Don't swallow sand. It's not a good idea.
I'll do my best.
Vance comes running out of his tent, as per usual, running. But sand could be good, like, sometimes. I've eaten sand. It's crunchy.
It might be crunchy, but my throat hurts.
Then I'm just built different.
You know what, Vance? I wouldn't be surprised.
Wood
Take
follows behind Van. It's even more surprising when you consider the fact that you were eating sand in your sleep last night.
I was? Was I chewing that loud? I'm sorry. Sometimes I grind my teeth. I must have been grinding sand at the same time.
It's less the fact that you were eating sand, but rather the sheer quantity of it you were inhaling. Quite frankly, it was startling, but impressive? Mayhaps that's a technique you can use in battle that you haven't quite yet unlocked.
Listen, one of these days, I'm just gonna go bird mode, and then I'm gonna be able to, like, sandblast people, okay? And just, like, how you, like, sandblast, like, paint off walls? I don't know if that's a thing yet, but
Nope.
it could be.
I'm literally
I
made
invented
of-
it.
So how did you eat that much sand and does your throat hurt even a little bit?
For that Bible study.
Anyways, Bear to Bible study.
Bear, do you read the Bible?
Yeah, the Viral Bible. Duh. Like, the Sin Bible. Like,
yeah.
everyone should read their Bibles. Are you kidding?
And
We're-
read.
Read your Bible.
I've never been given a Bible, so I've actually never read a Bible unless. Well, does Wood's manifesto count as a Bible? Because he showed me that before.
It's more along the lines of an autobiographical piece with self-help advice, but
You
You
can
can count
make a
that as a
religion out
Bible.
of
I read
that.
it last night while I was chewing sand.
Van, look, I understand
And
that.
Van to the principal's office.
I understand that I shouldn't have been watching you eat sand in your sleep, but that doesn't mean that you can just rampantly read other people's secret diaries.
That secret. You kind of leave it out. It doesn't have, like, a lock or anything, like you should. Like, diaries have locks on them. Yours don't, so I don't think it counts as a diary.
Oh my god.
Kill
Jack walks up
Vance,
while
are you gaslighting Wood?
Jack walks up while all of this is happening, and he's just looking at everyone and nodding, and it's like, yeah, it seems like we all had an eventful night now, didn't we? And Baird shoots him like a death glare when he says that. And he just kind of walks away, towards Jeremiah.
I guess Jack was also reading his Bible, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
Van,
Yeah.
don't you remember? We spent the fair half of last night listening to Professor Pogritt's research. Unfortunately, it was almost a one-on-one study. You fell asleep not even a minute in.
Yeah. I don't. He talks too much. I talk a lot as well, but it's a different type of talking. Like, I just keep on talking and talking and talking. It means nothing, but his words mean something, so that means I have to use my brain, and my brain don't work.
Wait,
Anyway.
did Van feed the sand before or after the lecture?
After I was asleep.
In the midst. And after.
That's
He tried to
impressive.
eat some before, but Professor Poggard was already in the midst of eating one of his display pieces.
Rock.
Wait, Professor Poggart was also eating sand?
No, he was eating one of his rocks. He
What
like
is
showed
this
us a geode. He was like, "What? What is
Professor-
this?" Like,
Professor Poggart, you eat
magic.
rocks?
Of course I do. You don't?
I do actually.
My
Gold
point is proven.
It was
gemstones.
enlightening, but I am interested in seeing what sort of arcane applications a geode has.
No, I have
Yeah.
iron deficiency.
Wait, if you have any more geodes, can I have one, please?
And Jeremiah just baseball throws one at you.
Do I have to make a deck save?
No.
I kind of want to make a deck save.
It flies at you
I have a
really
plus
fast for a
10.
second, and then it just falls right to the ground because
Oh
he's
no,
not
wait.
athletic.
I don't have to. I have deflect missiles. I just catch it and eat it. Like a apple.
Anyway. Bear stands up and kind of comes up to everyone. Are you guys ready to head to those ruins, or?
Yeah.
Like I said, I made a promise. I'm gonna keep everyone as protected as I can, but I just want to make sure everyone's ready for this.
I believe our witty expose has reached its end. But alas, adventure awaits. And destiny waits for no one at that.
Right.
Demons.
It cannot take you further.
Wait, why?
As Big Bumbo Squirmy III approaches
Bubbo.
you and looms high over you.
Whose domain is not within mine. Our paths end here. Yours begins.
All right.
Thank you for everything you did, Big Bubbo. I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you for helping
Bye,
us.
Yakko.
Should you return here?
Jem gives Big Bubbo Squirmy the Third a hug.
Sure keeps happening with demons now, doesn't it? So be it.
Doesn't matter if Big Bubbo Squirmy the Third is a good friend and a value, as Wood would say, a stalwart ally.
Oh, he's a demon and like a worm. We're no good.
One does not get to choose their allies, Vanth, but rather their allies that choose them.
Of course Big Bubbo is good. Why else would Big Bubbo help us?
Well,
Uh, uh,
well, if we gotta start walking on foot, we might as well start making a headway now.
I mean, I got wings. I can turn into a really big bird. I can carry at least one or two, half a person on my back.
We can
Unless we
walk.
wanna walk.
We can walk.
You can walk.
You can fly.
I can walk. I can keep up.
We ready to go?
Now that we're men.
Ready?
Ready.
Make sure the audio level is good. Not drowning me out but can be heard. As you approach the timeless city, you watch as webs spire throughout the crumbling walls of Velstrana's first civilization. Each wall a blackened stone, alchemized by the very first, adorned with golden veins that stretch and grasp each other for dear life. On all sides, lost travelers cross the desert into her expansive jaws. Each traveler's arms outreach to the collapsing bell tower. A familiar and discordant melody wafts through the sands. A blessing and a curse to those who hear. Some trying to block out the aria. Some embracing it as they meet their rest among Xenopol's webbing. For a sparing moment, a looming figure walks between you. You each see her. Her visage, a pale white and speckled with markings of a royal purple. In contrast to the statues that replicate her image surrounding you, all molded in a jet black, crowned with gold.
As Baird walks, he slowly grabs onto Jack's hand and they hold hands as they walk together. He doesn't say much, but anyone who looks at him can tell by his breathing that he's incredibly tense. But there's a bit of a comfort seeing this figure for him. This is now the third, maybe fourth time that he's seen her. He just acknowledges her with a nod, knowing her song, knowing her visage, holds onto Jack's hand very tightly, and just acknowledges her as she goes by. Jack does the same thing. Jack's never seen her before, but he can feel that Baird knows her.
Vance takes a couple, like, double takes. Like, is anyone else seeing that, kind of? And he kind of just... bleh.
No, yeah, Jem kind of meets Van's eyes and is like, ma'am? What are you doing here?
Her head turns down to you, bones creaking. And all that you hear is a garble of sound that pierces through your skull. It's both incoherent and familiar, as if it's been known to you for ages.
Sorry.
And she slips out of existence.
As she goes, Baird turns to everyone. She's an old friend of mine. She'll come and go.
Does she do that a lot? The weird sound thingy?
Yeah, actually. She does.
Okay, as long as it's normal, I guess.
Maybe you'll see her again someday. I've seen her a couple times now. He may be unsettling, but there's something really beautiful about her, don't you think? At least I think there is.
I understand what you mean, but it's still not any less sad.
She writes. She records. What she's been doing this whole time. I think she knows a lot more about us than even we do. It can be scary, but I think there's a bit of a comfort in that too.
You really think so?
Baird starts to look around at the ruins of Omen. I do. I know that no matter what happens, that maybe she can be relied on. She's smart.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad she's a friend, because I'll be honest, for a minute I thought she might have been Xenopool, and I was very scared.
No. I don't know her name, but I know her. And he keeps walking.
As you walk through the web decay of Omen, the silken strands can be seen snaking their way throughout and around your feet. Behind you, you hear a thud. You see that Anneli has fallen to the ground, her leg wrapped in a netting of fine silk.
Baird immediately rushes.
Yeah. Van.
Gem is
also
right.
rushing.
Gem is right at her side.
Hey, what happened? What happened?
And you see her blinking heavily. I tripped on something. I can't. It's all white.
What do you mean it's all white? You tripped on... We gotta get you out of these webs. I don't have a dagger or anything.
I can't see.
Baird starts brute force ripping the webbing. Do you want me to make a strength roll for that?
Wait, we were told not to touch the webs. Gem would try to stop Baird.
I can't just let the web stay there.
And we should cut them or something. Don't use your hand. Wood, you have a sword, right?
Hold on, allow me. And Wood removes paramecium from its sheath and switches the head of the weapon to that of a dagger and just starts making slashes away at it.
It easily comes undone. And with help, Anneli is able to stand up. All I can see is your light. And a light. Xenopool.
The light.
You can see the demon?
The webs. They must be Xenopool. I've never seen something as big as this.
Hey, just
I
breathe,
can't
just breathe.
see anything else.
Here. Hold my hand. Close your eyes. You don't have to look at it. It's okay.
Rylan steps over and, supports her walking. We need to get out. We need to get through, and we need to get out. On the other side is through.
Let's go.
What? Rylan, do you know what happened?
Anneli's a divine hunter. She's always been able to see light of wielders and weapons. But we've never seen a demon. I'm guessing the light of the demon was too much for her eyes.
Is that gonna happen to us when we fight the gods? Would
No.
that have happened to her when we fought the gods?
I don't know. You should be fine.
Is she gonna be okay?
I'll take care of her. Don't worry. You'll be okay.
Of course I'm gonna worry.
I just have to adjust. That's all. It'll come back soon.
She's right. Surely there must be a cure for this sort of ailment. It's but a temporary blindness.
If we get through as quick as we can, maybe it'll go away.
Okay, that's fair. I hope so.
Let's just keep going, okay?
Okay.
The party rushes through the rest of the crumbling remains as the suns begin to slowly descend towards Velstrana's horizon, wrapping the skyline in a gentle embrace of light, highlighting a standing monument to a bygone era. A fabled tomb etched with scars from the sands of time, crowned by gold and built from the stones that bind the grand city behind you. Mark traveled path.
You approach the tomb.
You approach the tomb.
Annalai, are you okay?
I'm still having trouble seeing, but I can see you.
See me.
I can still see all of you. I see your light. Oh, that's good.
This should be it. Right?
This should be it. As far as my notes can tell, this is where we were headed.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Baird approaches the door of the tomb.
The hulking doors appear to have been cut through by those desperate enough to search for treasure in the oldest recesses of Velstrana. A heavy push is all that's needed to break your way into the hallowed halls. Each wall is adorned with a great mosaic, aged beyond comprehension.
Baird probably walks in first. Probably trailing Jack behind him, still holding his hand. And his other hand probably just glazes over the doorframe as he walks in. And he'd step into the middle of the room.
Oh, shit. The deep
Yes.
trek brings you to a solitary chamber. A great statue of an Affinis stands central to the room, guarding a sealed sarcophagus. The visage of an ancient king cast within its perimeter, an old blue club interlocked within the coffin, and a gentle lullaby of an electric hum travels within the chamber.
Where's the statue?
Right in front of the sarcophagus.
Okay.
It would be right here.
Baird probably walks up to the statue first. Just as he was doing with the door frame, runs his hands over it. The very cold, probably marbly feel, I imagine.
Yeah.
Going over the golden on it with claws. There's nothing else in this room, right?
This chamber is barren, aside from the sarcophagus and the statue.
Baird puts his hand on the statue and speaks to it in Covenant. I'm gonna need to get by you. I know you won't move, but I need this. Takes his hand down. Turns to everyone. Probably doesn't say anything. Probably just gives everyone a nod over. A nod of, I might need some time. because he knows where it is. Or he thinks he knows where the weapon is. Gives everyone a nod. Makes sure that everyone nods back at him, including Annalai. Especially Annalai. And he makes his way. Is there, like, space in between the statue and the sarcophagus?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also come right to the side of it.
Okay. Comes right to the side of the sarcophagus. Is it laying on the floor or is it standing up?
It's laying down.
It's laying down. Okay. As he's been doing with everything, very tactile, runs his hand over the sarcophagus. Very cold. I'm assuming metal. Very cold metal of the sarcophagus. Takes a look at the head of it. And doesn't... There's a bit of a familiarity. He can recognize that maybe the same figure from inside of Omen is maybe the same race. Yeah. That's very clear.
It's the same statue that you've been seeing.
Same statue. He nods at the head of the sarcophagus. He knows that there's nothing there, but he nods at it anyway. Very aware of the historical impact that this sarcophagus holds. Comes to the center and notices the bump of the blue club in the middle. He goes to put his hand on it. And before he does, he rolls his shoulders and kneels. He kneels at the side of the sarcophagus and puts his hand on the top of it and closes his eyes. For everyone else, nothing happens. But when Baird goes to touch the hilt of Aquila, he begins to meditate. When he does, he himself feels a bright light hit his eyes. Like I said, anyone watching him can only see him calmly kneel on the ground in a meditative state. He's unresponsive to any outside stimulus. He is in a deep meditation. For Baird, he finds himself in a radiant land. He wakes up in a sprawling field, dotted with glowing lights and wisps of blue and green orbs dancing in the air. Soft grass underfoot, alive with lilies of the valley. A field that seemingly continues forever, both brimming with force and tranquility. The sky is painted violet, swirling with arcane forces amidst glittering clouds. When Baird looks at his hands, he sees that even he is faintly glowing himself. He wanders forward a bit, glancing at reflective pools of water that come across his path. In his reflection, he sees his eyes are overtaken by their hue. Golden orange on the right, indigo blue on the left. His stroll is interrupted by a booming, very smooth voice from behind him. The eyes that you see in those pools, that is your legacy. Baird whips around and turns his gaze to two covenants standing before him. One of them is a fairly short, beige fawn pit bull, covered with a golden robe draped over his shoulders and hips. His wrists are covered by bronze-spiked braziers, and a tight spiked collar hugs his neck. His ears are cropped and deeply scarred on the inside. He seems to come down from the air, treading on electric pulses that grace his steps. Next to him is another pit bull, walking on the ground, firmly traversing the soft flowering grass. A tricolor pit bull, also draped in a golden robe, this one more elaborate and heavy. It is held together by a silver cloud brooch and ribbons swirling around his neck. Bronze cuffs stand his ears towards the sky. Both of their eyes are the same as Baird's, overtaken by gold and blue. A tricolor man, graced with the same body type Baird himself once lived in. He speaks first.
Been a while since Aquila has even been looked at, hasn't it, Lux? I haven't even seen it.
Baird looks a bit confused. Where am I? The beige one speaks. The Ogdrin Vi, or at least our personal section of it.
And for the chosen heroes that never were wielders, like myself.
This is where divine wielders go, other than Catechus, of course. But yes, this is only a portion of what divinity turns into.
Feels a bit like the lightning planes, doesn't it?
Baird looks down at his bracers. It's been too long for me to be able to remember. He looks at his bracers and then back up at the beige pit bull, who is floating a bit above ground on an electric pulse. He wears the same ones. My ancestors. Lux steps forward a bit. It is a pleasure to finally meet you, Baird. I understand that you may know me well, but it would be rude of me to ignore proper introductory etiquette. I am Lux the Stormcaller, and this is my descendant, and your other ancestor, Catechus Squallshear.
Pleasure, Baird.
You guys know me?
From the Ogdrin Vi, we have a perfect view of all of Velstrana. A divine looking glass.
And we keep watchful eyes on the legacy. A pleasantly surprised smile spreads across Baird's face for a moment, but then it falters a bit. So, this is it then.
It?
My whole life has led up to this moment, and now it's here.
Don't sound so disappointed, won't you?
All my life I've been searching for this moment. I think I've been looking for clarity. And I've never been more confused in my life. Lux cocks his head to the side. About. Baird starts to pace. About my place. My purpose. What this all means. What my bloodline is. My feelings.
Oh, here we go. Another Stormcaller caught up on a boy.
Not even just that. I just have so many questions. And I know none of you have the answers. Lux gives a very brief chuckle. In this tiny moment, it's clear that his laugh and his smile are enticing, brilliant, very warm and inviting. Everything about Lux feels like home to anyone around him. And you're sure on that?
Are there any questions you think we might be able to answer now?
Baird thinks for a moment, looks down at the ground, his bracers back up at Lux and Catechus. What happened to you guys? You know, books aren't all they've cracked up to be. I feel like I've gotten zero answers from anything I've read. You guys lived it. What happened?
Second Grand Demon War, you mean?
And the ancient civilization of Omen?
Yeah.
Those stories may have to wait for another time. And there will be another time. A time that calls for that knowledge. but it would overwhelm what you've set out to do today.
And they take too long. Start of our very blood and the turning points of war? Quite an undertaking.
We'll have to take some time and properly introduce you to some others before we can give our history justice. But I will tell you one thing, Baird. Our bloodline is everything history tells you it is. We are blessed by Viral, and he sent his bolt directly into Omen from my hands. I created our entire race from my marrow. My dear friend, Stars of the Sky, helped create our Craolin counterparts. From me comes a long line of Stormcallers that bear heritage in their eyes. And you are the culmination of every thunderbolt that has pierced our blood. All of those veins merge back to you.
From me comes a divergence in that blood.
From me comes the key that keeps the king at bay.
From me comes the Tempest Knights and the Devout of Viral.
And Baird, what comes from you? Baird pauses. Again looks at the ground and back at his ancestors. I've been told my whole life that I'm supposed to be a hero. To follow in your footsteps. I've been told that to my face. And I've been called hopeless and a waste behind my back. Marked by the size of my brain and not the size of my heart. And even when my heart is recognized, it's the love is never enough. The love I give. So what am I supposed to be? Because I don't really know.
It's okay to not know your place yet. You're young. You're figuring things out. That takes time. You don't need to know what you're destined to be.
Lux gives Baird a very golden smile. A genuine chuckle again. You may not know, but we do. Lux places a firm hand on Baird's shoulder, and Cadagus cups Baird's cheek in his hand. They send a pulse through him. A shearing bolt of thunder courses through Baird, storming his arteries and lighting his soul on fire. His muscles convulse. A scream goes to rip his throat, but nothing comes out. The pain surges out as quickly as it surges in. Baird falters a bit before Lux and Cadagus respectively take his hands. Lux. I was granted Viral's bolt, the legend of Aquila, in the wake of a village cry against anguish and tyranny and bloodshed. Made as a mistake and festered into a champion. But you are not the same as me in that regard. My creation was a stain on the ones who came before me. But every Stormcaller since is imbued with purpose, with passion, with force. You are a Titan. You are a Stormcaller.
We are the Stormcallers.
What lies behind the gears and the work of Aquila's lock has laid dormant for years, but the bolt has already opened its sleeping eyes. The lock has shattered already. Dead stays dead, and the asleep comes back to life. Wake up. From my grasp to yours. Viral and Aquila smile, that thunderous Titan smile down onto you. We are Stormcallers. The beginning of it all.
The hounds forged in thunder.
Revolutionaries and lovers.
Dogs of war.
And you bleed every last drop of that vigor. All of those tears, all of those scars.
We'll tell our story in due time. We will sing it again and again. But in the meantime,
Never forget me and everything I've done. Lux takes everyone's hands, and they stand together in a circle as Lux begins to lead them in prayer. A Stormcaller family prayer known as the Blood Song. The melody strums throughout the fields as they pray, almost in song.
Kiss of the clouds come down. Rain, cleanse me of my delusion. From the cradle of infancy to the mansions of rest. May history grant me radiance and the mind to carefully delegate the light. Be free of the dark and bask in the fluorescence. Sing of thunder and its roar with beauty and grace wherever it strikes. May the shroud stay murky in the shadow of the veil. The blood of value, of vigor, of life. The blood that grants me identity. Blood of the Messiah. Blood of the first of my kind. Blood of the passion and the fury and the righteousness of divinity. It finds home with me to provide ink for the story I rewrite. For the storms and all that dance in them. For history's eyes and cutting words. For the throne forged in thunder. May Valstrana never take me from her shores, and sing sweetly of the storms. May she never turn night to day without my legacy to bless. I've been here since creation, and my departure may see destruction. Never forget me and everything I've done. As they pray, voices begin to join them, growing slowly in volume as it grows. Baird turns around and begins seeing shadowy silhouettes approaching. They all bear the same eyes as Baird and his ancestors. They haunt the field, circling Baird, Lux, and Catagus. But without malicious intent. Even through shadow, it's clear that their spirits are forged in light and once held undying love and warmth. For Stormcaller's radiance is hereditary and often taken for granted. All of the Stormcallers carry that with them. A vast, unrelenting warmth and a sense of companionship, and it never falters. They sing with the man that made them who they are, the man that made them fight for love, and the man that will be what their legacy becomes. Their voices raise until it is a symphony of storms, as all Stormcallers of the past pass through Baird and give their blessing to him. They all go and fade, until only one, facing Baird, is Lux. Baird reaches a hand up to him, pointing up at him. Lux returns his hand to Baird, and the two Thunder Titans briefly brush the tips of their claws together. A Titan and his legacy. The Titan bellows. Our parting is only temporary. Next time, you will find me in the true visage of this place. For now, take Aquila and let it choose you, the first since me. For your destiny lies in its wake. Baird, waking self, immediately snaps to consciousness. No longer does he see Lux or Catagus, but their voices stay strong in his mind. By now, Aquila has been taken from the sarcophagus, and he is holding it firmly in his grasp. His body surges with the divine bolt. The lock is undone. As the bolt is released from its fabled home, the Affinies before the sarcophagus starts to emit a golden glow, coming free of its home as well. It speaks to you all with a hollow and distant voice. You who would undo the seal of the flesh must pay the price with their own.
Baird holds onto Aquila. A very large blue club, if you can show it, Jer. Spiked and branched like a thunderbolt itself. He holds Aquila firmly and holds it out in front of him to the Affinity statue. This is my birthright. This is what I came here to do. Let us pass, and this tomb will see no destruction.
Aquila begins to grow large bolts from it. Branches like a legacy extending out, reaching its form. Initiative!
Initiative.
Jack got a 20, not natural, and Baird got a 23?
Whatever.
23. Can you add the turns?
Yes, I'm doing that right now.
Woo! Alright. Oh shit, I don't have any of my stuff pulled up. Shit!
As the fight begins, Ryland rushes Anali and Jeremiah out of the tomb to safety.
Good.
Alright. I think everybody is in the order.
Yep.
Place yourselves in.
Screen is still a black screen, by the way.
Oh, it
Nope.
is?
Yeah.
Whoops. There we go.
Thank you. Alright. Oh god, okay. I need to pull up.
Oh, baby. Fight.
Baby, a triple!
All player characters participating in the fight now have their divine weapons.
Woo! Sorry.
All players have also reached chosen status with their weapons.
So fucking true!
Let's begin. Baird.
Alright. Give me a moment. Holy shit. Alright. Baird. Immediate rage. When Baird rages, a pulse of thunder surges out from him towards the Affinities. No one else is in range.
That is a 12. No, that is a 16 on the die.
It still fails. Alright. 2d6 thunder damage off the bat. Give me a second. That's only 6 points of thunder damage. But still. As Baird rages, he holds Aquila. He's gonna two-hand Aquila. Hold on, I'm on the wrong tab. Alright. Rages, goes in. And he's going to hit with his divine weapon Aquila. Let me just look at... Alright, first hit with Aquila. 15 plus 12, that's gonna be well over 20.
Yep.
Alright, then D10, right?
Yes.
10. What's it? Yes. Woo! The first hit, that's going to be, math. 13 points of thunder damage. Should be lightning
You have
damage.
extra attack.
Yes, I'm getting to that. Extra attack. That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Oh boy! Okay. So, double the dice. Right?
Yes.
Oh, that's a 1. Wait. Can I reroll that or no? Do I have that?
I don't know if you
Is it
have
reckless? Hold on. I gotta bring up my barbarian stuff.
that. I think you have that for Saint.
Oh, I'm a dummy!
Because I think it's a fighting style.
Right, Yep, okay. That sucks. That's only... Wait. I can roll additional damage because of brutal critical.
Yep.
That's a 6 times 2 is 12.
And you're 13th level,
Yes.
so you get 2 of them.
Oh my god. 5 times 2 is 10. 12 plus 10 plus 1. I'm so sorry. 1 plus 4 is 27 for the second hit. Total damage, it should be.
Okay.
And then he's going to use his channeled rage to deal a forceful blow on the Affinis. Make a strength saving throw.
That is only a 15.
Fails. The creature is knocked back by 20 feet and takes another additional 3d6 thunder damage. That's going to be another 12 points of thunder damage, and the Affinis, if you don't want to do the 20 feet because it's so big, you can just have it be, like, knocked to the ground or something, whatever. Not towards Jack!
20 feet knocks it right towards Jack. Almost instinctively, all of you with divine weapons feel a rushing surge, and you have a greater understanding of your weapon in this moment. So that's the token art.
Aquila kind of takes over Baird, I'm gonna say. That nat 20. He probably, like, thanks Lux for that. That he feels that Lux kind of is guiding him through this. His first ever fight with Aquila, he feels that the spirits of his ancestors are helping him.
Jack.
Oh my god, Jack. Jack is also going to rage. Jack going in... He doesn't get hit, right?
No. It stops
Oh,
right in
I
front of him.
didn't... Never mind. I didn't add rage damage at all to that. Whoops. That's okay. I will add rage damage for Jack. That's my fault. I'm just a little overwhelmed right now. I apologize. Jack is going in with his... What does he have? He has a great axe. That's gonna be a 21 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Cool. D12. Oh, bug. That's gonna be 5 on the weapon. Plus an additional, he's 8. Additional 3 from rage, and then, because he's raging with the Blazing Heart subclass, it's going to do an extra d6 to be another 1 point of damage.
Oh, how much is that?
I don't know.
I think it was around 9.
I'm so sorry, I'm very overwhelmed. Could I possibly have someone go in between Jack and Baird, please?
Yeah, for the sake of it, I'll just move Jack. for the Guardian.
Okay.
And skip this. That go.
I really don't know how much that was. Do you want me to
I
re-roll it?
Put 9.
Okay.
Just make your second attack.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's cocked. That's also cocked. 26 to hit.
Yep.
I will keep track of this time. I'm sorry. D12 plus D6. 6 plus 3?
Yeah. And then an additional D6.
Why? I already did the D6.
Okay.
So that should be 8 points of fire damage.
Alright. It is now Wood's turn.
Okay, Wood's going to move up to the Affinis, 30 feet. I'm going to activate Storm Surge and then go for 4 attacks. Well, 3 attacks, sorry.
Storm Surge is 15-foot radius.
It should be as of this point in time, yes. Okay. I'm going to make those attack rolls now. That is a 30 to hit. On the first attack, a natural 20 on the second attack, and an unnatural 20 to hit on the third attack.
Yeah?
All those
good.
hit?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to do a quick check, and I'm also going to do Polearm Master for a 4th strike on it.
Yes.
Just want to double check something for Polearm Master. Yes, and I'm going to Polearm Master that, so I just have to do a quick roll for that. Yeah, that's a 27 to hit on Polearm Master. So
Yeah.
I'm doing 3 attacks. One of them is a crit. And then I have the additional benefit of Polearm Master for a 4th butt and weapon strike, so just bear with me while I roll these. I'm going to be using the Great Axe Head.
Yep.
Okay. That is...
You just want to use a calculator and not a notes app?
What's up?
Use a calculator and not a notes app?
It's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna roll the non-crit damage first.
Listen to that music, baby. Been a while. Love all the music playlist.
That's 41 points of damage total.
Okay.
Just for flavor, Wood is going to... It almost seems like he's sliding on the Storm Surge when he comes in. But as he arrives, he winds back the axe like a baseball bat, and as he goes for the swings, he yells to Baird, "Mind if I cut in, friend?"
It'd be my pleasure.
We strike as one!
You land each hit in rapid succession, just striking into the Guardian of Finis, pushing it back little by little, and causing it to lose footing as it goes. Okay. Next is Vant's turn.
Bam. Okay, So first he's going to use his dig ability, which is in shouting swing. He swings dig around himself. He kind of uses it like a hula hoop, starting from his hips up into his neck. And when it gets to his neck, he is gone. And Vanth is invisible for 4 turns. So he is not there, but he's there. Is Vanth there? No one really knows. And he goes
Mystery.
up and since Stig has 2 blades, can I do 2 attacks?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
you
I will...
don't get to add proficiency to the second.
Okay, yeah.
That's just the rules of dual wielding.
Right.
Um,
17 and a 16 to hit.
Also, Stig is a dex weapon, so you technically have a +3 to your attack rolls from Stig's bonus.
So an unnatural 20 and a 19 to hit. Or am I doing that wrong?
No, I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, you did that right. You're good.
Okay. You're and the damage is... Fancy fuck.
Vanth fucks? Oh, damn.
10 damage.
10 damage. That's better than no damage.
You're right.
Oh.
He,
Yes.
he's just standing right next to it and he's like, hi.
You're not hear me. Not here.
Yeah, Jack's turn. And it is the Guardian's turn. You watch as a viscous golden fluid begins to pour from the Affinies as it takes 9, 10, 14 damage. And you watch as the fluid drips its way down to the arm and forms a blade of blood. Or what you suppose is blood. And it crashes down, right at where wood is. That is... not gonna hit.
What was it, a 1?
It was a 6 on the die.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna hit. You're good.
But it does have frickin' extra attack. And that one is 19.
Yeah, that just meets.
Okay. So that is...
Scusi. Oh my god, sorry.
Alright, 4d10 damage plus an additional d8 from the weapon. That is 28 points of damage on wood. And you see that it still is dripping this viscous fluid. And it is Gummy Vive's turn.
Okay, so I have just enough movement to get behind this thing without having to go in woods difficult terrain. Because that's 30 feet. That's 20 feet. So that's 10. So Jem's gonna boop. Because I got 60 feet of movement. Because Monk and the mobile feet. I'm just gonna fucking beat this thing up. Beat it up real good. Do I get flanking or do I not get flanking because it's large?
You'll get flanking because there's enough people.
Yeah, baby. Let me actually compare the damage of my unarmed strike compared to that of Cryactum. Okay, it's the same, so I'll just Cryactum now. Just plus 10. That's 18, 2 18s for the 2 unarmed strikes. Do either of those hit?
Yes, they do.
Yay! So that's a D. So that's 2d8 plus 5 each, so that would be 22 damage.
Alright.
With Cryactum. And then I'm gonna use a key point. And I'm gonna do 2 more attacks. But unarmed strike as my
Yes.
bonus action. That's a unnatural 20 and an 18, so that's 2 more hits. And I think that, yeah, and that's also a d8, so that's 2 more d8s plus 10. So it takes 14 more damage as Jem just starts beating this thing up, throwing her shield at it and bopping it real good.
How much more damage was that? 14?
Yeah.
Alright. It is Baird's turn.
Okay. I have a question. Aquila's first ability, is that technically an attack?
Yes.
Okay. So if I use that, I can still get extra attack too?
No.
No.
It is its own ability. It is an action.
Okay.
I got confused. I thought you meant, is that an action?
Well, okay. Baird, he's far back. Baird runs forward, and as he runs, there's little pulses of electricity that, like, pulse out from under him as he steps. He rushes in with Aquila again. I am... Hold on. Doing math. That might not hit. That's a 13.
No, that just missed.
Okay.
You're adding your whole thing?
Yes.
You got a natural 1?
Oh, I got a 2. Oh, 14 then.
Yeah.
So that still misses.
Yeah, that's still...
And then... Extra attack. So he whiffs. Extra attack. 18 plus 12. That'll hit. Okay. And that's... Sorry, I'm just getting used to...
Oh, you have advantage from flanking. So re-roll.
Oh, I can reroll the first one?
Yeah.
14 plus 12?
Yep.
And then the second one hits. So
Yep.
both of them hit. Okay. 12... No, D10. 8 on the first one. And on the second one, he's also gonna have the Finnies make the strength saving throw. Trying to whip it in the other to the
It's
right.
gonna pass.
It's gonna pass?
Yeah, 19 on the die.
Okay. That's fine. That second damage, though, is going to be 11 points of thunder damage. So he doesn't knock it back, but...
Yeah. This viscous fluid is now draining from the Guardian. And it is Wood's turn.
Well, I am going to do 3 more attacks. Let's see what we do with this. Do I still have flanking a bonus because
Yes.
of Baird and Gem? Okay, thank you. So technically this is 60-20 rolls just to see if I can hit it. Just wanted to keep that in mind. That is 27 to hit.
Yes.
First one. That is a 22 to hit on the second one. And doubles claws. A 25 to hit on the third one.
Yes.
And I'm going to use Polearm Master just to see if I can get a 4th strike off. And I have advantage on this roll because of Baird and Gem flanking. That's a natural 20.
Yeah. That hits.
Okay, fun. Thank you for flanking benefits. I love you all. So that is 3 strikes again with the Great Axe Head for Paramecium, then a crit Polearm Master hit. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. So that's 3 d12s and a d4 roll. We got. We have. D4. That's 37 points of damage total.
Ooh. It is currently barely standing. Bant?
A stretch, but can I use Shalala on Dig?
Let me check.
That spell only to cantrip. It only works on wooden weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not wood.
That's why I was saying it was a stretch. So I'm just gonna use my my quarterstaff because we have both those quarterstaff. So that changes it to a +9 and to a d8 of damage.
You have flanking advantage.
I have flanking.
I am flanking.
That doesn't hurt. Vamp whiffs. Go home.
Let's kick it, Jack.
Go, Jack.
Alright. Going at it with Great Axe. 22 to hit.
Yep.
Oh god, that is,
You have flanking. Advantage.
it doesn't matter. I still hit.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a bad oh god.
No. I rolled a 12 for damage plus, another 5, so...
How would Jack like to do this?
Jack would like to do this with Baird. Okay, just for flavor, before Jack hits, he looks at it and he's like, I'm gonna be able to do this. Jack holds his hands up and like stops the entire fight. Like, everyone stop. Give me a moment. Like, silences everybody. Motions for Baird to come over. And Baird, like, giddily, like a little schoolboy, comes over. I know I said that Jack was hitting with the axe, but he sheaths the axe. Jack holds out his hand, and Baird takes it, and they hold their hands together. They face each other, and in sync simultaneously, Baird's leg becomes engulfed in electricity, and Jack's leg becomes engulfed in flames, and they both absolutely, like, punt kick the Finnies right in the face. Both together, engulfing it in flames and electricity, both at the same time, holding onto each other's hands and looking at each other deep in the eyes. Kicking the Finnies. Probably, if it's stone, could it knock its head off?
Gonna do that to the Finnies?
Yes.
I guess so.
Well, maybe not knock its head off, but, like, leave a very deep crack in the neck. And just kick it right in the face and knock it to the ground. No HP left. Kind of sizzling with fire trying to light the marble on fire, but it can't, and the electricity kind of just seeping in and out of the stone as the Affinis Guardian falls.
As it falls, it says, "The toll of flesh is paid."
Okay. Interesting. Okay. But it's dead, right?
Yeah.
Baird holds onto Aquila and just sort of looks at it for a moment. He takes note of the Affinis on the ground. And anyone that tries to interact with him doesn't get a response. He kind of goes silent for a moment. Staring at the ground, staring at the Affinis, and then staring back up at the sarcophagus. He makes his way over to it and comes to the other side of it. And he notices the now noticeable lock where Aquila was. Aquila was embedded into the lid of the sarcophagus, and nothing is there now. It's creaked open a bit, like as if the lid had shifted to the side a bit, as if it had moved on its own. It's just like a little creak that Baird can see inside.
Yeah.
He puts Aquila on his back and uses both hands. Before he does, he prays in Covenant to Viral and prays to Lux. A very simple, this is what I set out to do, and I need to know history in order to make it. Baird lifts the lid of the coffin very slowly.
You see within the sarcophagus lies a jackal, nearly 12 foot in stature, the very same whose visage dots the grand city and bridges the far ends of history. His body frozen within time, sealed within a drifting slumber. A sharp breath can be seen from the ancient king's chest, before fading back to a near lifeless state.
Baird shuts it immediately. He sees this creature take a breath, and just as he notices it fall back to sleep, to lifelessness, hurriedly pulls the lid over the coffin. Comes back to everyone. He goes to say something, but he can't. As he kind of comes back to everyone, his body starts to shake, and electricity kind of takes over him. From his scars in particular, little pulses, little beats, little lightning bolts start to surge around his body a bit. He goes to speak, nothing comes out. He just kind of stares at everyone for a moment, and before anyone can say anything, he storms out of the tomb. He goes headfirst into the beating heat of the desert outside. The lightning surges through him in blue ripples, breaking through his chest, through his scars, and jolting through his arms, to the tips of his fingers and his claws. He unsheaths Aquila and hits it against his heels as he storms past everyone. As he goes, the only one who gets some sort of acknowledgement is Jack, who gets a very firm look, but nothing else. When he goes outside, he stands there for a moment and just kind of stares at the two suns, not bothering by the blinded nature of his eyes from looking at the bright light. Oh, it's nighttime?
Yeah,
I wish you had told me that.
I wrote it.
Anyway, well, I guess he's looking at the moon even though I drew it in the sun. Whatever.
It's the moonlight.
He kind of just throws his eyes to the sky and doesn't say much. It's almost as if he can see Viral send a bolt directly down to him as it surges through him. He holds Aquila to the sky and just stands there for a moment, in victory and in triumph, and just lets the feeling wash over him. I'm assuming that everyone follows after him. After a brief moment of him just taking it in, of absorbing the energy in the moment, he quickly turns back to everyone. We should get going. He sheaths Aquila on his back and starts walking.
Ryland's gonna walk up to Vanth. Vanth,
Yeah?
you mind flying out to the shepherd and letting them know we're over here? I'd rather not walk back through Omen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll be right back. In a jiffy. Hopefully within an hour. He zooms off.
Let's hold here until then.
Beard was walking, but Jack probably stops him, holds him by the shoulders, and calms him down for a bit. He can kind of tell that Beard was, like, possessed or something. He wasn't really acting like himself, so Jack takes a firm moment to calm Beard down while Vanth goes. Eventually, Beard starts to come back. The lightning kind of fades from him, and he feels more like himself. He's exhausted, but he feels more like himself after a couple minutes of Jack helping him through it.
After about an hour of resting, when suns finally have fully cleared the skies of Elstrana, her serene moon coating the desert in a gentle light, and the shepherd crossing into view and docking as near to the shore as possible, Praxis is seen captaining the shore boat to land.
Right. I'm assuming that as the shepherd approaches, Jack and Jeremiah kind of just stand across from everyone. Jack kind of looks at the shepherd as it comes. So, that's the big old ship that you guys live on?
She's not much, but she is home.
Very nice. Jack will probably come up to Wood, give him a firm handshake. It's very nice to meet you, Wood Taijin. You fight well.
You as well, friend. I could learn a bit from someone like you.
I'm just a guy who dances. Whatever that means to you is what you make of it.
Well, you seem to earn the admiration of at least... no. All of us.
Can I say I just have that effect on people? It was nice to meet you.
Farewell, Jack.
I think we'll meet again. Someday.
But of course.
I don't think my time bothering you guys is done yet. I got shit to do. Probably comes up to Genevieve next. It was a pleasure, Genevieve Amberstone.
It was nice meeting you, Jack. Stay safe, okay?
I gotta keep Jeremiah in line. If anyone's gotta stay safe, it's him.
He does seem like the type to get into trouble, but you as well.
We'll work on it.
Especially if you're gonna stick around here. But say hi to Big Bubbo Squirmy the Third if you see them again.
Oh, I'll try. I don't know how much longer we're staying in Omen, but there's probably more that Jeremiah here wants to see, so we'll see. Stay safe, though.
Same to you, and hopefully you won't get sand in your lungs like I did.
Yeah, drink some water, will you, honey?
That's not something I usually do.
Try your best for me.
Okay.
Probably doesn't give her a handshake just out of courtesy, but gives her a nod instead. Comes up to probably Annalai and Rylan both. I gotta say, you are a pretty admirable crew.
You did alright.
What does that mean?
Means I have my eyes on you.
Jack kind of squints.
2 of them.
2 of them. I'll be around. You haven't seen the last of me.
Goodie.
You'll get used to me, I promise. Probably comes up to Annalai, and takes her hands in his. You're gonna be okay, I promise.
Yes. I think I'm already getting better already. And you can see a forced smile on her face.
I'll be in touch. If you guys ever need anything, and he's kind of looking at Rylan too. If you guys ever need anything at all, talk to Jeremiah and I'm there. Anything. Both of you.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch too. I suppose.
Jack gives Ryland a nod. And a bit of a wink, but mostly the nod. And makes sure to shake Annalai's hands before he goes. Alright. Finally, Jack, he would have said something to Vanth, but Vanth is, I'm assuming, on the shepherd still.
He could be.
Vanth would have come to shore.
Yeah.
Okay. As Vanth kind of comes to shore, before Jack goes to bed, comes up to Vanth. I've never met a person like you before. It was a pleasure to meet you, Vanth.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you too. I haven't met anyone like me. I haven't met me. Yeah.
Who's me?
I don't know me. Who's Vanth?
You're a good kid. Keep running. Sure, you could use the energy to... You know what I mean.
Heh. You keep dancing, dog.
I will.
Fancy pants.
And also, don't eat sand. It's not good for you.
Don't plan on it. Don't plan on it.
It's not good.
No, I think
I can go throw up.
All right, you go do that. But before you do, I think I'll see you again too.
Yeah. I'm always around.
I am too. You go rinse your mouth out or whatever.
Yeah, go throw up.
Okay. Cool. And finally, Jack walks up to Baird, who's got Aquila on his back, newfound confidence, newfound stature. They walk up to each other. Jack has a bit of a restrained look on his face. His smile kind of fades. He's been dreading this moment. Both of them have. Baird looks up at him, and he feels the warmth in his chest try to spark, but is only suppressed with a sinking, cold feeling. So, I guess this is, where we say goodbye, huh? Jack sighs, but manages to give Baird one last smirk with those golden canine teeth. I suppose so, lover boy. Baird rocks back and forth, trying to calmly and delicately express his gratitude without turning into a blubbering mess. Thank you for the help. And for, showing me a good time. Bit of a blush hits Baird in the face as he remembers their very few nights spent together, but they're memorable nevertheless. Jack smiles brightly this time, remembering their time fondly. Then he gets an idea. He looks at everyone else in the party. I'm assuming that Wood, Genevieve, Ryland, Annalai, Vanth. I'm assuming they're still on shore. Regardless of whether they're watching Jack and Baird or not, he kind of turns to everyone. Hey guys, I think I saw something moving out in the sand over there. You guys better check it out real quick before you go. He points towards the shore, sighting something imaginary in the sand. If my idea is that everyone looks. When most of them have their back turned, Jack leans in and gives Baird a very passionate kiss. They pull away after a brief moment. Baird sharply inhales, as if his breath had been taken from him abruptly. There's sin in that kiss. Jack wraps his arms around Baird's waist and pulls him in once more. And now you've taken it from me. Give me my sin again. They kiss once again, this time longer. Long enough that if anyone were to turn around, they would catch them right in the act. But they shouldn't interrupt. Baird and Jack pull away. Jack keeps his forehead touching Baird's for a moment as they stay still. Laughs a bit. Don't act like this is our last dance. Baird pulls away a bit, breaking free. Pulling away but firmly placing his hands on Jack's shoulders. A bit of a grimness comes to him. I'll write to you. And I can have Vanth be a messenger pigeon or something. I'll get to you. Jack chuckles a bit at Baird's sudden change of heart. I wonder if you're as good with words as you are with your hips. His hands wander a bit to Baird's hips, but Baird swipes them away just in case anyone is looking, and scoffs a bit. I'm more poetic in Covenant than I am in Common. Jack winks, hushing his voice so that only Baird can hear him, just in case there's any wandering ears around. Then why don't you seduce me in your native tongue, then? Baird abruptly speaks in Covenant, his voice exploding over Jack's whisper. Wait for me. Jack pauses. He smiles at the thought of what this means. He glances at the shepherd party briefly, and then back to Baird with love in his eyes. In Covenant, he responds, I will. They noticeably hug in front of everyone, but refrain from kissing again. Their embrace is sudden and tight, neither one of them wanting to let go. But they do. Baird gives Jack one final look before turning with the rest of his friends and walking onto the shepherd. Jack simply watches as he goes and already begins to envision when he will see that walk again, next time going to embrace rather than to depart. The storm has subsided, but it will return to Velstrana once more. Baird turns with his friends, trying his best not to look back as he walks, and everyone boards the shepherd.
Little boat that brings you to the shepherd, but...
Well, yeah. On the shepherd, the first person that Baird approaches is Vanth. Goes up to him almost panicked. Hey, Vanth?
Oh, yeah? You're gonna throw up? I just did.
No. I just, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
And, like, I know this is a heavy thing to ask, and I promise I will do anything for you if you just say yes. I will be your best buddy. I'll do anything you ask.
Hey, whoa. Bro, I do favors for free. Ain't no turn and restrain. I do it all the time.
Okay.
What you want, bud?
I want to keep in touch with Jack, personally. I was wondering if I were to maybe, write letters to Jack, if you could maybe, serve as a messenger for us. I know it's a lot, but,
That's not a lot.
I can't lose him. I can't, I need to stay in touch with him.
Baird, I understand. I really do. I do laps around Valstrana all the time. That is a bit of an exaggeration, but I do it all the time. So a message, a big ol' letter once or twice a week, that ain't gonna do anything for me. I can do it.
Thank you. I can't lose him, and, I don't think he intends to lose me. Which is a first. So I just want to hold on to it as tight as I can. Thank you.
I got you.
And thank you for coming with me. And he probably looks and sees, like, where Wood and Genevieve and everyone else is. Thank you, everyone, for coming with me. Means a lot to me. And he pulls out Aquila and holds it like a baby, kind of cradles it in his arms. I did it. I did it. I did it. And he starts to tear up a bit.
And we're all proud of you.
Weapons.
He goes to the center of the boat, and this is probably one of the more excited coming back from weapon quests that there's been in a while. Goes to the center of the boat, and that very energetic, like, mindless kind of energy that Baird used to have comes back. That love of life just comes back to him in this moment as he parades around the shepherd to as many people as he can, to as many people that he feels cares enough, and shows them his prize, his weapon, his divine weapon, Aquila. and just blubbers that he did it, that he finally did it, that he finally found his weapon, despite everything, despite the terrors of Omen, despite the demon, despite the Affini's guardian, and looking into that sarcophagus, despite all of that, he got everything that he wanted and more, and he's just ecstatic. He probably goes to lean over the side of the boat as it starts to depart, and probably tries to see if Jack and Jeremiah are still there.
Oh yeah, you watch Jeremiah leading Jack right back into Old Omen.
Jack probably looks back one last time and gives Baird one final salute before Jeremiah and Jack disappear into Omen once again. Oh boy. And Baird waves back and just goes back to blubbering and spewing, showing his very best friends his divine weapon that he's been waiting for 10 years for. He is happy.
With this, thank you for joining us for the end of Baird's weapon arc and witnessing some big history.
Thank you.
Or reliving it.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us.
Wait.
What?
You gotta do tradition.
What?
You gotta show who the next arc is.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, there's only one player character left.
Yeah, but you gotta fucking do the tradition. I pull out the gun.
The
I
gun?
pull out the.
Oh, I did not mean to click that.
Gun noise. Gonna be.
Oh. And the next arc, starting in 2 weeks, is going to be
My turn.
Scrungus!
Grungy!
Holy shit. We're in it. We're fucking in it, dude. Next week we will be doing a bit of a intermission episode. And then after that, we will be starting Scrungus's weapon arc, which is the final arc leading up to our mid-season finale, which is taking place on February 28th of 2022.
First guest stars and plays everyone.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week, same time, same place, same channel. For tonight, we are going to be rating Darling Demon Eclipse. Thank you everyone for joining us. I'm going to be sending art and stuff in our Discord if you're interested. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. This means a lot to me. I worked very hard on this arc, so thank you. Have a good night, everyone. I love you all very dearly. Good night!
I'm gonna pass out in a shallow grave. Bedtime.
Quack, quack.
3, 2, 1.
Good night, party